like an attractive wiener. It
Like you.
oh, that's cool. Does take some getting used to, but it's cute.
Getting used to like how compared to the Windows phone or the iPhone or anything like that. Like what's the big differences, if any?
Just I guess the basic user interface. It's I don't know. It's really just the user interface. I mean, it's not that big of a difference, but it's interesting. For lack of.
The way it's scrolling around, like your iPhone keyboard, does that like make it a lot easier to navigate and control anything?
Not really. The keyboard's more just for typing and whatnot. I don't really like you can. There's a universal search and whatnot, but other than that, the keyboard's more just for typing because you can do all the scrolling through just the screen.
Is this the latest one on the?
No, the HP Vita is, but I didn't get that because there's no expandable memory. I think it's got like a couple gigs, 8 gigs or something, and HP decided not to make it user expandable.
So, with your experience on that phone, thumbs up or thumbs down?
I can't hear it.
Thumb sideways.
Thumb sideways.
Yeah, it's decent.
Pros.
It's smooth. It's runs nice.
Having a thumb sideways, cons.
It is a little small. It's less known, and I don't know. I just don't really see anything particularly special about it.
I want the Palm OS, nothing fancy about it.
Not really. No. I mean, if it's what you're used to, it's nice, but it's just another OS. It's decent.
Speaking of OS, how about the iOS?
Well, mine's jailbroken, just like Cyber's.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, text message. So, I mean, I think the iPhones are gonna go pretty far because Obama just ruled that it's okay to. There was some kind of ruling that it's more business because more businesses can start using them. So, and I mean nowadays every car you see with a media player input, it usually has an iPod dock or something like that.
Or even like my girlfriend just bought me a home theater. Yep,
Yeah.
iPod dock.
Although the one thing that's funny is, like Cyber had mentioned to me earlier, was that all the stuff that you jailbreak on the iPhone, like to turn on the Wi-Fi and whatnot, you can do straight from it's already built in. It's pretty much already built in, like with the Wi-Fi and whatnot. You can just scroll up and turn your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that stuff off. While with the iPhone, you have to jailbreak it and whatnot. So.
And the Android as well.
Which one?
The Androids also have that.
Yeah.
At the top.
Yeah.
iPhone. Well, obviously, I have this jailbroken. Cyber has his. Does that seem like the route to go for anybody who's a new iPhone user?
New iPhone user, if you are happy with having a phone that can text, talk, and do basic stuff, no. If you want a more advanced phone that can do more stuff, then yeah.
So obviously you're gonna get that one.
Yeah, thumbs up, I guess. But that's only because I've used it so much. I've been using it for, what, 2 years now? Something like that. So. I'm actually thinking of switching to the BlackBerry or the Windows 7 phone.
Really?
Yeah. The BlackBerry is actually kind of cute.
It's like a 6.0?
Yeah, it's the newest firmware. Well, not the newest leaked one, but it's nice. Although the one thing I hate about the BlackBerry that's really irritating is if I want to access any of the data services except the browser, I have to put my SIM card in there. So that's a little annoying. I can't just do it all on Wi-Fi. Like all the other ones, I've been playing around fully on Wi-Fi, downloading apps and using them, With BlackBerry, I can't.
That's actually okay. Kind of work, kind of stepping in. That's actually an AT&T thing. You can do that with T-Mobile, Verizon, and Sprint.
Are you serious?
Yes, AT&T requires you to do that because it wants to make sure you have permissions to use that.
Really?
It will delete the browsers.
Wow. I didn't know that. I'll have to check that
Try
out.
again.
Interesting. Although the one thing, I wish I could change the keyboard because I'm currently learning the Dvorak keyboard, and that one I can't. Which is Windows 7 phone. You said yours is on Windows 7 now,
It
right?
is. And you know, like this seems like it's an actual Windows. Which
In
model of
case you
HTC?
can't tell, he really likes his cats.
Huh? Do I need to speak up? What?
No, you're good. Keep speaking up. You're good.
Okay. It's the HD7.
Okay.
It's the T-Mobile one, but it's unlocked, so I can use it. But AT&T just put out the HD7S for AT&T. But I like this one because it's really smooth and whatnot. Plus, I can hop onto the Xbox area because I've been
That
playing
was
that a
my
lot more.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be coming out with the 7.5, the Mango update. Can I smoke?
Sure.
I don't really go on camera.
Yeah, my current device HT2 running Windows 7, but yeah, I'm happy with it on HT2. I don't see the need to actually upgrade to HT7 at all.
And then there's the Android device. This is the Captivate. I don't know. I've been enjoying it, but of all of them, honestly, I probably like it more than the Palm, but that's one of the lowest on mine. I don't like the Android operating system.
How's
I-
that?
I don't know. It still feels sticky to me, and the Captivate has a 1 gigahertz processor, and it's got a decent amount of RAM. And
Yes, you're
What?
absolutely right. It's a little sticky, a little glitchy.
And even with that much power, it still seems just.
yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, I just wish it. It doesn't feel as smooth as all the other ones. Like this one, it just really
Just how
smooth.
it is
Yeah, it's like
the transitioning.
yeah, buttery smooth. Did I really just say that? Yeah.
Butterous, it's like butter.
Yeah, and this one, I mean, it's just like it just kind of sticks. I mean, it's got some cute little features and whatnot, but overall, I'm not too fond of the Android.
Is the iOS, is that the only one that's jailbroken or hacked or rooted?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my whole plan is eventually my main thing that I'm waiting for, I finally got all my media on all the devices, and that's been a real big headache because since I started with the Apple stuff, I have everything on iTunes, and I use a Mac, and everything's on the address book. So my biggest goal was getting everything, like everything's organized in iTunes and address book. So the biggest issue was getting everything onto all of these devices, and I finally did, connecting through iTunes. And the biggest issue now is figuring out how to back up my text messages.
You email.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
was just. But backing up my text messages, and then I'm gonna go to each one. I'm gonna go to the BlackBerry, the Windows 7, all that, and then I'm gonna root this and hack into that with the XDA developers thing. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with that.
With that, speaking of that, Symbian, right?
Yeah, Symbian. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Symbian and then caret 3. I don't know if that's Symbian to the power of 3 or Symbian cubed or whatnot. And this is actually the phone that was in Tron Legacy that he used to hack into Encom. This the phone actually it has a lot of potential, but Nokia, a lot of people, I've been looking it up. Nokia really dropped the ball on that because this is the N8, and it's got a 12 megapixel camera and whatnot, and it actually takes takes like really remarkable photos and everything. But Nokia was supposed to put out a really nice update for it, but sadly not. I mean, it's got a lot of great features. It's got an HDMI out, kind of like the iPhone, well, the iPad too, where you can actually connect it to. It comes with a cable which allows you to plug it into your TV to output video straight from it directly, and it also has USB on the go, which not most people know about, but pretty much what that is, it comes with a cable which you plug into the micro USB slot, and then you can plug like a flash drive or whatever into it, and actually from the file browser in the menu, without even needing a computer, you can transfer stuff onto the device.
Oh, so it actually has its own
Yeah.
file system.
Yeah,
File management
yeah.
system on side.
But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it fully supports USB on the go, so you don't need a computer to transfer stuff. But the thing that irritates me, it's even worse than Android. And for those of you who like Android, sorry, but it doesn't flow smooth for one thing. And I mean, I don't really care about the GUI because all phones are different. But the thing that really, I guess, the browser is pretty bad. And I don't know, it's just, I've looked up online forums, people say that it's pretty slow, it crashes, whatnot, and well, no scrolling things. But the funny thing is, as bad as the operating system is, like, it takes a while. The games are actually fairly decent.
How many versions of Angry Birds do you need on your phone?
Because the game actually, well, I mean, well, I'm actually not a big fan of Angry Birds. I actually don't like it. What's his tag? Monkey? Who was on? But, I mean, the game actually plays pretty smoothly, which I was actually really surprised about because the phone is really, I guess, like glitchy, slow, sticky. But the game itself, I mean, it scrolls smoothly, and I mean, the game plays really nicely. It's just the phone kind of, a little
So
depressing.
you don't feel like you could hack into the Tron security systems or anything like that with that?
If I put a new operating system on it.
Do you think the hackers hacked Sony with that same phone?
Maybe after watching Tron.
Okay.
Let's see. What else was there?
So you mentioned BlackBerry, Windows 7. So far, maybe Android as well. Which one are you going to start using as your primary?
Either the Windows 7 or the BlackBerry. Once I figure out how to get the damn text messages on.
I didn't pay him to say that. Just so you guys know.
No,
Sorry, totally random endorsement.
no, actually, I really do like the BlackBerry. It's really nice. Everything's smooth. I mean, the music player is a little funny, but then again, I did sync it from iTunes. Although, which I will say that RIM did a fantastic job of collaborating their well, not collaborating, but getting their software to work with iTunes, because like I said, everything's in iTunes. I use multiple programs to get the stuff onto there, but all the meta tags, device, contact data, all that stuff is,
It's always just DRM on
yeah, I download my music, so nothing, I don't have any
Okay,
DRMs.
right.
But I mean, the BlackBerry Desktop Manager for Mac very smoothly pulled all my pictures out of iPhoto, all the music correctly tagged out of iTunes, all my contacts and groups out of address book, and put it onto BlackBerry. So it's actually really cool. The Windows 7 phone I'm having a small issue with, but other than that, it's nice. And the Android was, oh, that gave me grief. The Android and the Palm are the two ones that I really am not enjoying with device transfer data.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Do you want to talk about the tablets real quick?
I don't. Yeah.
I've never seen the iPad stacked right next to the iPad too. Like my whole foray into that was you bring this over, showing the time, that was it, and then
Yeah.
I started actually messing with the iPad too. What are like any big differences that you notice besides what's listed out there, in your opinion?
Every now and then I do notice that it is smaller, and it is a little faster and more stable.
Faster, stable, or smaller?
Both. So, it's nicer, but then again, I have jailbroken that one, so it's got all my little. Yeah, the iPad 2 doesn't have a jailbreak.
You could jailbreak iPads. Like, man.
It's all still iOS with a Unix underkernel.
So, yeah, I've got some cute little hacks for it. But yes, it is slower. Come on.
Did you just start something?
Tried to open that folder.
You have pissed it off with its camera shot.
There we go.
Oh, as I say, it's a very lovely brick.
It's not a brick.
That would be a tray. That's
Classic.
the biggest
And it actually,
iPod I have ever seen.
and it actually fully works like.
It has a clicking sound.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah. I mean, like I was saying with this thing, whoop, it's got nice.
Is that really how you minimize things though? You gotta squeeze it?
Well, actually, that's the multitasking gestures that was introduced in, I think, 4.2.1 because Apple is thinking about removing the home button, so they actually added that. If you have a developer account, or if you just download the Xcode, which is now like $5 on the Mac App Store, and enable it, you've got multitasking gestures. So pretty much you can four-finger swipe to the next app or the previous app, four-finger up to see your
You're focused on stuff.
to see four-finger swipe up to see the fast app switcher, and 4 or 5-finger close.
Minimize it. Does it minimize or close?
It just minimizes. So
Awesome.
yeah. So, but that's Apple's whole endeavor into testing it out. It's not really meant for end users right now because one of the major issues I've run into, I'm actually not a big fan of the multitasking gestures. I really don't want them to get rid of the home button for reasons like this. DJ apps or apps that, because the iPad can recognize up to 12 fingers. We have 12, even though we only have 10. But the iPad can recognize up to 12 fingers, and the iPhone can recognize up to 6. But
That's awesome. She's getting like a Ouija board action.
but stuff like this, I
So
actually,
if you accidentally
yeah, I tend to like to, I guess,
you pop
yeah, like, see, like, and now it's gonna, because it thought I wanted to switch. Oh, wait, great. Okay, it's rebooting.
Brick.
Moving
It's
right
not-
along.
It's not broken.
That was meant to happen.
It's all lit lights.
So it looks like you installed that as well on there.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah. Oh, it's sideways. But yeah, this one starts up faster, and it is smoother. Let's see, like, 3 fingers are fine, but if you do, see? So that's one of the reasons why Apple put it as a developer-only thing, because they want to see how it runs with their games, with developers to run with the games. But yeah, so that's why it's only a test run right now, and most people really want it, but I'm really against it for reasons like that in DJ apps, because multi-fingers will create that issue. So it's kind of irritating. I mean, overall, it's
Awesome for Fruit Ninja. That's a fun
One of
game.
his millions
I
of
didn't.
cats.
or it's actually better for Angry Birds because you have more screen real estate. Not that I'm a promoter of that game. I highly dislike it.
I do too.
I'll play it if I'm absolutely bored, but
I won't.
I'm not a big fan of it. Everybody makes it out to be too much than it is.
What are some of the browser improvements that are on iPad 2?
Well, one thing I didn't understand, I can't really do it on this one because I'm not connected to your network, but people say that there's no checkerboarding, and I've actually gotten checkerboarding quite a bit. I don't know if it's just because of the network, but then again, I have FiOS with a 15 megabit download speed, so
Files is good.
yeah. But I mean, I still get checkerboarding on it. Although what I have noticed is that I have noticed I have noticed that when I open multiple pages, it doesn't reload all the time. So it's nice. It's decent. Camera's nice, also. I mean, it's not a great thing, but then again, it is a mobile camera.
Awesome. I don't know some of the upgrades with this, so if you guys know, definitely chime in. Like, how does this handle with like Flash H205, CSS3?
HTML5 it does well. Flash still no support, obviously.
And CSS3 no problems.
CS3?
CSS3?
Oh, CSS. I'm not really sure.
Did they increase the resolution for some of these?
For the
Or
app.
the front camera or the back camera?
Oh no, the front camera I think is like a VGA camera, and the back one I think is like a 3.2. So.
Cool. All right, man. 10 o'clock. Good to wrap this up.
Alright.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. We all appreciate it.
Yay!
All right, that's TV Scanner, ladies and gentlemen, with the Super Geek, Super Geeking out. All right. Alrighty, now we just have to go back to boring old me. Alright, awesome. Now, we've had a lot of technology. Oh, yeah, you might want to turn that mic down or I'm going to blast their ears. All those people that have their volume turned way up right now. Once again, EB Skater. Seriously, there is a lot of technology going on over here, and according to whoever it is, the EPA, the CDC, the people who are in charge of telling you what to be afraid of now, whatever they're called, have now put cell phones on the top 10 carcinogenic list.
The WHO,
It's right at the WHO?
the World Health Organization.
Oh, I thought you meant the rock band. I was like, what the fuck did that got to do with it?
Yeah.
Although Windows 7 phone, you're like, I think it's 1.6 is the max you can get. And a Windows 7 phone, the LG Quantum actually achieved one of the lowest SAR ratings. That's the specific absorption rate. The Quantum, I think, got like 0.94 on the scale, and it's a Windows 7 phone. So it's one of the safest phones to put up to your ear.
LG.
Which one?
The LG Quantum.
But their fridge break every fucking piece of pieces of shit. The fridges. Don't buy LG fridges. Jesus.
The Quantum actually looks like a beast. It looks like a ruggedized phone. So.
Alright, this has been the CPWS Geek. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Huge fun as always. Of course, sitting right over there. One more time, let's do our folks over here. We got EB Skater, we got Mac, and then of course Tinkerbell right over there. Who's on the audience out there. Thank you once again, everyone. Alright, so let me come up with some music here. Random music selection, survey says. That'll do. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see here. It's 6 after 10, so I'll go ahead and let everybody go on bed. It is truly, truly harder to bring joy and happiness into the world than it is sadness and sorrow. And I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us on our endeavor to bring you the former, not the latter. Of course, you've been watching all this at CPWSradio.com. Some other websites here in the family that you should also visit is, of course, Tinker Shimmy's website at YieldTheseDancer.com. That's right, everything you ever wanted to know about where to find Tink and watch her dance. It's all right there.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Tinker Shimmy.
There you go. She also has a Ustream channel.
Tinker Shimmy-Live.
There you go. So there you go. That's where you can find all that information about Tink. Foxy Mom just popped in. Oh, Foxy. Hi, Foxy. Oh, well. All right. Let's see. That's about all I got. I do have to go to bed here pretty quick because I do have to get him to go to the Jitter Hut tomorrow, Joy. I have to pass coffee through a small window. I have to do side alley drug deals through a small window in a parking lot. All right, folks. Once again, this is Cyberpunk. You're watching CPWS TV. It's been terribly lovely seeing you all. Get out.